I'm asexual now. Physical intimacy disgusts me, she said while cheating with multiple guys, so I quietly packed my things and left. Now she's exposed as a serial cheater, jobless, and begging for forgiveness she'll never get. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account because this whole thing exploded online and I don't want it tied to my main profile. AITA for ghosting my ex after she claimed to be asexual, only for it to turn out she was using that as a cover to cheat with multiple guys. This happened over the last year, and honestly, typing it out feels like therapy. Buckle up, it's a doozy. I met Jenna back in college, about 5 years ago. We were both in our early 20s, figuring out life. I was studying computer science, grinding through late nights coding, and she was in graphic design, always sketching ideas for logos or ads. From the start, it clicked. We moved in together after 2 years, sharing a cozy apartment in the city. I got a solid job as a software developer at a mid-sized tech firm. Nothing flashy, but steady pay and good benefits. Jenna bounced between freelance gigs, which meant her income was spotty. I didn't mind. I covered most of the rent and bills so she could focus on building her portfolio. Hell, when she hit a rough patch last year and lost a big client, I picked up extra freelance work on the side to keep us afloat. I even skipped a promotion opportunity because it would have meant relocating, and I didn't want to uproot her. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but it was real. Physically, things were great too. We had that easy intimacy couples talk about, cuddling on the couch during movie nights, spontaneous weekends away where we'd hike, and then crash in some Airbnb, tangled up in each other. I remember this one trip to the mountains about 2 years in. We'd rented a cabin, and after a long day on the trails, we ended up in front of the fireplace, laughing about nothing, clothes scattered everywhere. It was passionate, mutual, no pressure. I thought that's what we had, a partnership where we supported each other's needs, emotional and physical. But around 8 months ago, everything shifted. It started small. Jenna began pulling away during what used to be our downtime. I'd reach for her hand on the couch, and she'd tense up, saying she was tired from work. Bedtime turned awkward. Kisses goodnight became pecks on the cheek. And anything more? Forget it. At first, I chalked it up to stress. Her freelance work was picking up, and she was pitching to bigger agencies. I tried to be understanding, giving her space, even suggesting we talk to a counselor if something was off. Then, one night after dinner, she dropped the bomb. We were in the bedroom, me scrolling on my phone, her sitting on the edge of the bed like she was rehearsing a speech. She looked at me with this serious expression, like she was about to reveal some deep truth. "Alex," she said, her voice steady but with that edge she gets when she's made up her mind about something. "I need to tell you this. I've been thinking a lot, and I realize I'm asexual. Like, physical intimacy? It just disgusts me now. The thought of it, touching like that, it's repulsive. I don't know when it started, but forcing myself through it has been making me miserable." I froze, phone slipping in my hand. "What?" "Jenna, we've been together for years. Things were fine, great even. What changed?" She sighed, crossing her arms like I was the one being unreasonable. "People change, Alex. Or maybe I was always like this and just didn't know the word for it. But every time you initiate, it feels like a chore. Like, your hands on me. It makes my skin crawl. And you keep pushing for it, making me feel guilty. If you really cared about me, you'd respect that this is who I am now. Stop making it about your ego or your needs. It's not about you." Her words hit like a gut punch. I sat there, trying to process. I'm not pushing. I just thought we were on the same page. If this is how you feel, okay, but disgusts you? That stings. Have I been making you uncomfortable all this time? "See, that's the problem," she snapped back, her tone turning smug, like she'd caught me in a trap. "You're turning this around on me, making me the villain for being honest. Asexual people exist, Alex. Read up on it. If you can't handle a relationship without sex, maybe you're the one with the issue. I deserve someone who accepts me without expecting me to perform." I didn't argue. What could I say? I felt like a monster, like I'd been oblivious to her suffering. That night, I slept on the couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying every intimate moment in my head. Was it all one-sided? Had I missed the signs? The guilt gnawed at me. Over the next few weeks, I dove into research, articles, forums, Even joined an online support group for partners of asexual people. I suggested couples therapy. She brushed it off, saying I was overreacting. I tried adapting. More emotional dates, like walks in the park or cooking together. No pressure for anything physical. But even hugs felt forced from her side. She'd pull away, muttering about personal space. Meanwhile, she started going out more, networking events for her design work, late nights at coffee shops with colleagues. Her phone was always buzzing, but if I glanced over, she'd angle it away, accusing me of not trusting her. "This is why I feel trapped," she'd say. "You're so needy." I internalized it all, thinking I needed to fix myself. I even talked to my best friend about it, who suggested giving her time, but inside, the confusion built. I loved her, sacrificed for her. Hell, I turned down that job offer to stay local. And now, I was the problem? It felt so unfair, like the ground under our relationship had vanished, and I was left questioning everything. The doubts kept piling up, but I pushed through, trying to be the supportive partner. About a month after her revelation, things hit a breaking point. I'd come home early from work one day, hoping to surprise her with takeout from her favorite Thai place. The apartment was quiet, but her laptop was open on the kitchen table. I wasn't snooping. Honestly, I was just closing it to make space, but a message notification popped up. It was from some guy named Mark, and the preview said something like, "Last night was incredible. Can't wait for round 2." My heart dropped. I didn't open it fully at first. I just stood there, staring. But curiosity, or maybe denial, won out. I clicked through, and there it was, a chain of messages, explicit as hell. Photos, descriptions of hookups, her gushing about how passionate it was. And not just with Mark. There were threads with at least 2 others, one an old college friend named Ryan, another a co-worker from her agency. Dates overlapping with our dry spell. She'd been seeing them for months, using nights out as cover. One message to Mark stood out. "Alex is so clueless. Told him I'm ace to get him off my back. Sex with him is boring anyway, too vanilla. With you? Fireworks every time." I felt sick. All that guilt she'd piled on me, making me question my desires, and it was a lie. A cover to cheat without suspicion? I sat there for what felt like hours, scrolling back. Flashbacks hit hard. The mountain trip, her moaning my name. Lazy Sundays in bed, her initiating. It wasn't disgust, it was manipulation. She'd twisted something real into a weapon to keep me as her safety net while she played around. When she got home that evening, arms full of shopping bags from some client meeting, I was waiting in the living room, her laptop closed beside me. She smiled at first, then saw my face. "What's wrong?" she asked, setting the bags down. "You look like someone died." "I saw the messages, Jenna," I said quietly, keeping my voice even. No yelling. I didn't have the energy for that. Her face paled for a second, then she recovered with a scoff. "You went through my stuff? That's a violation, Alex. I told you I need space." "Space? You've been screwing around with multiple guys while telling me intimacy disgusts you. How is that asexual? You made me feel like a creep for wanting a normal relationship." She rolled her eyes, crossing her arms. "Okay, fine, you caught me. But let's be real. This is your fault too. Our sex life was stale. You never tried anything new, always the same routine. These guys, they excite me, make me feel alive. I only said the asexual thing because I knew you'd freak out if I told the truth. I was protecting your feelings, really. And honestly, if you weren't so dependent on physical stuff, maybe we could have worked through it. But no, you're all about your needs. Selfish. Protecting me." I echoed, stunned by her logic. "You lied, cheated, and gaslit me into therapy. That's not protection, that's betrayal." She laughed, actually laughed, leaning against the counter like this was casual chit-chat. "Betrayal? Dramatic much? People have needs, Alex. I evolved beyond what we had. You're sweet, reliable, like a comfy old sweater. But I deserve passion, not predictability. If you can't handle that I explored options, that's on you. Maybe find someone as boring as you are. We're done anyway. I was planning to move out soon. This just speeds it up." Her words were smug, dismissive, like I was a footnote in her story. No remorse, just justifications piled on twisted excuses. I didn't beg or argue. What was the point? "If that's how you see it," I said calmly, standing up, "I'll help you pack your things tonight. We can sort the lease later." She blinked, like she expected a fight. That's it. No yelling? No trying to win me back. No, I replied, heading to the closet for boxes. You've made your choice. That night, we packed in silence. She took her clothes, art supplies, half the furniture we'd bought together. By morning, she was gone, crashing at a friend's place. I changed the locks, canceled our joint streaming accounts, and went no contact. No texts, no calls, just detached. The days after were rough. I sat with the betrayal, the confusion swirling. Why me? I'd given up so much: time, money, opportunities. Flashbacks to her job loss last year. Me working overtime while she networked, now realizing some of those were probably hookups. The unfairness burned, but I didn't lash out. Instead, I threw myself into routine, gym mornings, work focus, even started therapy for real this time. Friends checked in, but I kept it minimal, no bad-mouthing her. I needed time to breathe, to process the silence she'd left. It hurt, but slowly, the fog lifted. I wasn't the monster, she was the manipulator. And for the first time in years, I felt the weight of carrying her lift off my shoulders. It took a couple of weeks for the dust to settle after Jenna left. I threw myself into work, nailing a project that earned me a bonus, and started hitting the gym religiously, something I'd slacked on while trying to adapt to her so-called asexuality. Friends rallied around me quietly. My buddy Mike even helped me rearrange the apartment so it didn't feel like a ghost town. I didn't trash talk her. I just focused on rebuilding. The confusion lingered, though. Nights alone, I'd scroll through old photos, wondering how I'd missed the red flags. But slowly, the silence became peaceful. No more walking on eggshells, no more guilt for being human. I even went on a few casual dates, nothing serious, just testing the waters. For the first time, I felt like I was breathing again. Then, about 2 months post-breakup, karma hit like a freight train. It started with a frantic call from a mutual friend, Sarah, who I'd stayed in touch with. Alex, have you seen this? It's all over social media. She sent me a link to a post on one of those anonymous confession pages in our city's design community. It was from Mark, the coworker she'd been hooking up with. He'd gone nuclear, posting screenshots of their entire chat history, blurred just enough to avoid full explicitness, but clear as day. Steamy messages, nudes she'd sent, plans for meetups at hotels while I was at work. And the kicker, her mocking me in real time. Alex buys the ace story hook, line, and sinker, one red. Tells me sex disgusts me. LOL, only with him. You're the real deal. The post blew up. Comments poured in, people tagging her agency, calling her out for hypocrisy. Turns out Mark felt used. She'd ghosted him after a fight, moving on to Ryan or whoever next. He exposed the whole web. At least 3 affairs, all passionate, all while she played the asexual card at home. Her reputation tanked overnight. Clients dropped her freelance contracts, whispering about unprofessionalism. Then the big one, her agency fired her. The office affair with Mark violated their HR policy, and the public drama made her a liability. Friends we'd shared started distancing themselves. Sarah told me a group chat lit up with debates, most siding against Jenna once the evidence surfaced. She's toxic, one said. Made Alex out to be the bad guy while screwing around. Jenna's life unraveled fast. From what I heard through the grapevine, I didn't seek it out. She bounced between crashing on couches, her savings drained from those networking splurges. Isolation set in. Old college pals unfollowed her. Family drama escalated as her parents bailed her out financially, but lectured her nonstop. It was ironic. She'd chased excitement, ditching our stable life, only to end up broke and alone. I didn't gloat. Seeing the fallout online, I just felt validated. The confusion cleared. Her lies weren't about me. I poured that energy into myself. A promotion at work came through, bumping my salary, and I started volunteering at a local coding bootcamp, mentoring kids. My internal voice shifted. This was her mess, not mine. I'm coming out stronger. The betrayal still stung in quiet moments, but it fueled growth, not bitterness. I blocked her everywhere preemptively, focusing on the horizon. Little did I know, she wasn't done yet. The attempt started small, about a week after the exposure went viral. First, an email. I hadn't blocked that yet. Alex, we need to talk. This is all a misunderstanding. Call me. I deleted it without replying. Then text from a new number. It's Jenna. I'm sorry you saw those messages. I was confused about my identity. Can we meet? I miss us. Still, silence from my end. I was done being her safety net. It escalated quickly. 2 weeks later, she showed up at my apartment building, buzzing the intercom like crazy. I peeked through the peephole. She looked disheveled, hair messy, eyes red like she'd been crying. When I didn't answer, she left a voicemail. Alex, please. Open up. I've lost everything. My job, my friends. That post ruined me. I know I messed up, but remember how good we were? Before all this, I was going through a phase, exploring myself. You always said you'd support me. Don't abandon me now. Her tone was pleading, laced with that familiar manipulation, twisting our history like I owed her forgiveness. I listened once, then blocked the number. But she didn't stop. Next came the intermediaries, her toxic circle. First, her sister, Kara, who I'd always found pushy and unpleasant. She messaged me on social media. Hey, Alex. Jenna's a wreck because of you. That Mark guy is an asshole for posting everything, but you're no saint either. You drove her away with your constant neediness. Be a man and talk to her. She needs help getting back on her feet. Family sticks together, even exes. I replied curtly, not my family anymore. Lose my contact. Blocked. Then mutual friends. Well, former mutuals. One, Tom, called during lunch. Dude, Jenna asked me to reach out. She's crashing at her parents, broke as hell. Says she realizes now you were the stable one. Come on, give her a chance to explain. She's desperate. Tom, I said evenly. She cheated, lied, and humiliated me. I'm not interested. He pushed, harsh man. People make mistakes. I hung up and unfriended him. Her attempts amped up. Another in-person show up. This time at my gym, she must have asked around. She cornered me in the parking lot, voice cracking. Alex, wait. I see now how wrong I was. The asexuality thing? It was a cop-out. I was scared of commitment. But losing you, it's killing me. Please, let's grab coffee. I can change. You were always so patient. Give me that one more time. I kept walking. No, Jenna. We're past that. She followed for a step, desperation turning to frustration. Fine. Be that way. But you'll regret it when I'm back on top and you're still alone in that sad apartment. A month later, the anger fully surfaced. Voicemails from burner numbers. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Watching me suffer while you play the victim. I gave you years, Alex. And now you're too good for me. Screw you. Hope your next girl sees how cold you are. Her mom even emailed, all guilt-trippy and unpleasant. Jenna's depressed, can't eat. As her ex, you have a responsibility. Call her, or you're just as bad as those men who used her. I archived it, no response. The pleas had morphed into demands, revealing her true colors, entitled, volatile. Through it all, I stayed composed, leaning on my new routines, therapy sessions where I unpacked the gaslighting, dates that turned into a budding relationship with a kind woman named Lisa from my bootcamp group. My life was filling up, her noise fading, but she kept pushing like she couldn't fathom irrelevance. The final nail came at Sarah's engagement party, our old mutual friend who'd tipped me off about the post. It was at a rooftop venue downtown, string lights and laughter, about 6 months after the breakup. I'd RSVP'd yes, knowing Jenna might show, but I wasn't hiding. By then, I was thriving. Promotion secured, apartment redecorated, and Lisa by my side. A graphic novelist I'd met volunteering, genuine and supportive. No games, just easy connection. Jenna was there, looking out of place, thinner, forced smile, nursing a drink alone. Our eyes met across the crowd. She beelined over, cornering us near the bar. Up close, the desperation was palpable, smudged makeup, fidgeting hands. Alex, she started, voice low but urgent, ignoring Lisa at first. Thank God you're here. I've been trying to reach you. Everything's fallen apart, job gone, no place of my own. I realize now you were the best thing I had. I was stupid, confused. The cheating? It was a mistake, a way to feel something. But I need you back. We can start fresh, therapy, whatever. Please, I'm begging. Her words echoed her old manipulations, hypocrisy dripping. The woman who'd called intimacy with me disgusting, now pleading like I was her lifeline. Lisa squeezed my hand, but I stayed calm, meeting Jenna's eyes levelly. Jenna, I said firmly, no edge, just fact. You said I was too needy, that our life was boring. Remember telling me physical stuff disgusted you? Turns out it was just an excuse to keep me around while you chased thrills. You made your choices multiple times with multiple people. And now, this is the consequence. She flushed, glancing at Lisa, then back. But I learned from it. You're with her now? Fine, but we had history. Don't throw it away. I can be better. Please, Alex. I shook my head, reflecting her logic right back. History? You rewrote it with lies. You deserve passion, you said. Well, I deserve peace. And I found it. My job's better, my circle's solid, and Lisa? She's real, no games. You're not part of this anymore. You're just irrelevant. Her face crumpled, anger flashing. Irrelevant. After everything? You're cold, Alex. Enjoy your upgrade. Hope she bores you too. I shrugged, turning away. Goodbye, Jenna. We walked off, her staring after us. Later, Sarah pulled me aside. She left early, in tears. You handled that like a boss. I nodded, but inside, it was closure. No sympathy, no lingering care, just freedom. Update. Blocked her everywhere, including family. Life's good. Lisa and I are planning a trip. Work's fulfilling, and that betrayal? It's a faded story, a lesson in self-worth. Thanks for reading, Reddit. If white yay, cool, I'm happy anyway. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.